Hallo. Ja, man merkt vielleicht, ich habe in letzter Zeit nicht mehr so viel gestreamt, beziehungsweise gar nicht, weil ich viel zu tun habe. Aber ich hatte angekündigt, dass wenn ich zwischenzeitlich mal ein bisschen Zeit habe, nehme ich ein bisschen NieR auf. Und das mache ich quasi jetzt. Ja, ich dachte mir, ich bin extra früh aufgestanden, bevor ich heute mein Unikram noch weitermache, weil damit ich das endlich fertig kriege halt, ne? Also das, was ich jetzt zusätzlich noch bekommen habe, dachte ich mir, ich nehme mal kurz vorher NieR auf, dann kann ich mich wieder voll konzentrieren und habe was für euch gemacht. Beziehungsweise vergesst es dann später nicht irgendwann, weil momentan läuft das Persona 5 Royal Event und das ist schon in Phase 2. Da ist die Phase 2 des Crossover mit den Crow Summons. Kann ich ja mal kurz hier reingehen. Da haben wir hier Phase 1 mit Joker und Queen. Ich habe tatsächlich mit 17.000 oder so gerade mal so Queen gezogen und ich habe keine Möglichkeit gerade wieder an kostenlose Games zu kommen, weil paar Quests noch, die sind zu schwer für mich. Und sonst habe ich keine mehr, wo ich irgendwie was verdienen könnte. Ja, dann gab es in Phase 2 gab es dann halt den Crow. Deswegen, da sieht man, Phase 1, Rebellion's Illusion und Phase 2, Rebellion's Reality. Jo, und ich würde mal sagen, wir gucken uns mal Rebellion's Illusion an. Ich hab die Story nicht angeguckt, ich bin einfach nur durchgelatscht und hab mir die Gems geholt. Und man sieht hier, ich bin bei Rebellion's Illusion bei der EX Hard Quest auf der letzten Seite. Und habe leider nicht das letzte Ding geschafft, aber das macht nichts. Ich werde deswegen trotzdem nicht Geld für mehr Summons bezahlen, weil ich das absolut nicht mag. Also ganz ehrlich, bezahlen für eine Chance, dass man etwas gewinnt, ist halt Bullshit. Bezahlen für, dass man es bekommt, ist eine andere Sache. Für eine Chance, dass man es bekommt. Man hat ja auch eine Chance, mit den kostenlosen zu bekommen. Und ich habe 17.000 Gems rausgehauen. Ich kann ja mal kurz gucken, wie teuer das wäre, theoretisch. Ich werde es nicht machen, aber ne, theoretisch hat man dann sieht man hier irgendwo, wie viel wo sind. Monthly Pack. Ah, hier. Monthly Pack, ein Ding 3000. Da sieht man 25 für eine 10er-Ziehung. 25 Euro für eine 10er-Ziehung. Ja, mal kurz gucken, nur aus fairer Weise. Hier hat man dann 10.000 Gems, also 7.000 Gems weniger, als ich benutzt hatte. Für 80 Euro. Ihr seht, wo das hinführt halt, ne? Und das ist hier so ein komischer, das ist ja so ein Angebot für das Crossover, da bekommt man halt noch ein bisschen Mats fürs Upgraden und fürs Skip-Ticket und so weiter. Aber im Grunde genommen, 10.000, sagen wir mal, ohne den Kram hier, wäre es halt zusammen noch die 7.000, die ich jetzt noch an kostenlosen bezahlt hatte. Ja, bezahlt. Nee. Absolut nicht. Wie gesagt, für eine Chance, dass man was bekommt, ne? Nein, absolut nicht. So. Und deswegen, wir gehen einfach mal in Rebellion's Illusion rein und gucken uns die Story an. So, genau. Keine 10 Loops. Nicht Battle Only, wir wollen die Story haben.
拳がうなるわね。
I hope we can do this.
Ah, es wird also nicht vorgelesen. Hi there. It's been a while since we last talked. So, I've decided to kill myself. In Shibuya. With other people who are suffering just like me.
Once upon a time, in a place called Shibuya, concrete shimmers under the glare of a scorching midsummer sun. Social media is abuzz with news of a particular club. This group, comprised of young people, invites their peers to participate in planned mass suicides. Giant television screens, symbols of the area, display a non-stop feed of news related to the group. Atop a nearby building stands a man and a woman dressed in black. They gaze at the hustle and bustle of the city below. One of them, the woman, looks quizzically at the man next to her and poses a question. Why do we look like this if we're in Shibuya? Weren't we just in mementos? She leans over, quietly observing every corner of the metropolis below. Suddenly, a voice rings out behind them. Wait, just stop and think for a moment. The man and woman turn around to find a girl dressed in a high school uniform. Out of breath, she looks at the black-clad pair with wide, worried eyes. "Please don't do this," she blurts out. "You don't have to die. No matter what horrible things have happened, I know you have a reason to live. So let's just talk, okay?" There is desperation in the girl's voice as the words gush forth. The roof of the building is the perfect place from which to jump. The pair regarded the girl with suspicion at first, but now realize her misunderstanding. The woman keeps a distance from the girl as she turns to the man. She seems friendly enough, don't you think? Relief washes across the girl's face. She's clearly happy they're talking and not taking some other terrible action. "You want to talk, right?" confirms the man. "Then let's talk. We have something we want to ask you."
Fängt schon mal nicht schlecht an. Scheinbar sind Queen und Joker gerade aus Mementos raus und haben immer noch ihre Klamotten an. Warum? Wird sich wahrscheinlich noch zeigen.
さっさと消し出そう。
力ずくでやるわ。
戦闘開始だ。
The high school girl and suspicious-looking duo make for an odd trio indeed. After bringing together some desks and chairs that lay discarded on the roof, they begin an uneasy conversation. Having seen their unusual outfits, the girl feared the pair was participating in the suicide club that has been the talk of the town. She goes on to explain how she received a message from an old friend the other day. A friend who is now a member of the club. The girl's reeling head is filled with a single thought: finding her friend and ensuring she lives. The man and woman, however, seem unaware of the club's existence. Now that the girl realizes they do not intend themselves harm, relief washes over her like a wave. Having heard her tale, the woman leans in and speaks. Now it's our turn to ask questions. This is Shibuya, right? The large screens that serve as the symbol of the area are clearly visible from atop the roof. Why would the woman ask a question with so obvious an answer? The girl hesitates, unsure of the intent behind the question. Just then, a cacophony of screams fly from the crosswalk below. The trio look down from the roof as panic fills their hearts. They behold a horrid sight, one which leaves them at a loss for words. Young people are gathered on the roof of another building, poised to leap. And in the center, the girl spies her childhood friend. She has taken the lead, and the rest seem keen to follow. There isn't time to save her. It is impossible. And yet, she will try. As the girl thrusts her hand into the air, the world shifts. Space collapses. Scenery crumbles. The girl is overwhelmed by a vertigo so powerful, it threatens to steal away the memory of her very name. The man and woman take a wary step back. They have seen this phenomenon before. Oh yes, they know it very well. Disregarding their companion's panic, they exchange the briefest of glances. The woman then speaks. Feels like we just infiltrated a palace, doesn't it?
Okay, der Effekt ist ein bisschen anders. Ist eher wie so eine Fernseherstatik, aber im Persona 5 wäre es dieses rote Gewubbel. Und ja, sie scheinen in einen in eine Palastebene oder Dimension gekommen zu sein. Interesting. Und das ganz ohne App oder irgendwas. Sie hat scheinbar die Hände gehoben. Und dann war's das. Ich hätte ja gerne mit den richtigen Charakteren gemacht, aber ich habe leider Joker nicht. Da wär cooler gewesen. So Joker, Queen und dann die graue Version von... Obwohl, ich glaube, ich habe das Mädchen gar nicht als Kämpfer. Bin mir nicht sicher gerade. Aber ich glaube nicht.
The high school girl regains consciousness and recalls her own name. Beside her are the man and woman in black. Before her is a world enveloped in darkness. Floor, walls, and ceiling. They are surrounded on all sides by massive tanks of water. It's as if she has been transported to an aquarium. The young people who had so recently been ready to leap off buildings have transformed into merfolk who now swim gracefully through the water. Unease grips the girl's heart in its fist, but the woman seems familiar with such worlds. "Let's pin down this situation," she says calmly. "We went from an unfamiliar Shibuya to this place. The question is, how and why?" The man in black says nothing, preferring to calmly observe the situation. If he has a guess, he keeps it to himself. As they each come to terms with their confusion, a question lingers in the girl's mind. What happened to my friend? The moment she asks it, she hears her friend's faint cry. "No, stay away from me." For some reason, the girl is the only one who can hear her. The voice almost seems to be pushing her away. Suddenly, the merfolk leap from the tanks. They glare at the girl, spitting venomous words from their mouths. "Get out of here. We'll not let you disturb our ruler. You are far too brilliant for this place." The merfolk seem to find the girl unpleasant. They abruptly lunge at her, yet the girl remains frozen in place. As a scream erupts from the depths of her throat, the man and woman leap in front of her. They stand ready, weapons in hand, prepared to fight back against the merfolk. A sword draws beautiful arcs in the air. The muzzle of a gun flashes brilliantly. They are at home in battle, easily dodging and parrying whatever attacks the merfolk deploy. Soon the enemy falls, and the woman begins to piece the puzzle together. The merfolk attacked the girl, and the ruler of this space seems to know of her as well. The man turns to the girl and says, "We also know of this world. Let's negotiate." Negotiate is not a word she hears every day, and it only increases her panic. But the man doesn't hesitate. "We want to return to our original world, and we need information from you to do that. Give us an answer if you're willing to negotiate." A thought comes to her then. She can follow her friend's voice with these two in tow. Perhaps doing so will unmask the truth of this incomprehensible space, and even prevent her suicide. "I will help you," says the girl. "But first, I need you to help me." As the girl makes her bargain with her new companions, she realizes she does not even know their names.
So, ich würde sagen, das ist das letzte von von Part 1 quasi. Ja, scheinbar, ja, sind sie im Palast rein und jetzt gucken sie, dass sie weiterkommen, I guess.
The high school girl and the pair clad in black weave through the merfolk's obstacles as they follow the voice of a missing friend. In the depths of this space, they find a round, pearl-like object resting within a clamshell. And to its side is a beautiful mermaid with tears streaming down her face. But the new form does not fool this girl. This is her friend. She is alive. With all her heart, the girl begins her plea. Please, you don't have to die. You can still change your mind. You're not the only one whose life has been difficult. She then begins to tell of her own past hardships. After her parents divorced, her days were lived hand to mouth. Her father began to suffer from a severe mental illness. Her reality became one of despair, yet while she often found herself wishing for release, she had never been able to take decisive action. But now, in her desperation to save her friend, the girl lays bare all her old wounds. Yet her friend is unmoved. This is a world for those who choose death. Those swimming in the tanks are people who were unable to overcome their despair. You are strong of heart. You do not belong here. Why did you come to this place? Her friend speaks in an anguished tone. Suddenly, she begins to grow and swell. Before the girl knows it, she is staring at the gaping maw of an enormous monster. The man and woman ready themselves.
We're fighting now?
Es hat nichts genützt. Ich wollte noch auf langsam machen, aber One-Hit. Ich wollte die Musik ein bisschen länger genießen.
The other merfolk bow reverently to the monstrous friend. When that happens, the woman speaks. She must be the ruler of this space. While the girl cannot comprehend what this place even is, she understands her friend is leading the suicide club. The friend, now a monster, glowers at the intruders. Oh, I see. You've come to take my treasure. The man starts. A treasure and a ruler? That means... The friend wraps her arms around the pearl as if protecting it, causing cracks to emerge in the tanks all around them. As water begins to rush in, she glides easily against the current and disappears somewhere far above. A torrent floods into the space. The girl braces herself for the oncoming waves. I don't want to die here. I have to save my friend. As she inhales, knowing it is likely the last breath she will ever take, she suddenly feels lighter. The man has picked her up in his arms. Without a sound, he and the woman begin to run. They fly across a path of bricks that rests just above the water. With a swift dash, they move left. With a nimble leap, they move right. It's like a choreographed dance, one the girl cannot begin to follow. Finally, the trio finds themselves in a place of safety. The girl does not know how to feel. Though she is relieved to be alive, she is filled with mourning for her friend. But the duo in black have an idea. They claim this world is called a palace. And if that is true, it means they may be able to steal the pearl and change the friend's heart. Change her heart? Steal? Though the girl hears the words, they lack all meaning. I suppose we haven't introduced ourselves yet, says the woman. She glances at the man, who nods. We are the Phantom Thieves of Hearts. They will do whatever it takes to save her friend and return to the world from whence they came. With new confidence, the girl and the Phantom Thieves press forward into the eldritch space. Soon, they will reach the end.
Okay, ich schätze mal, The End wird dann im Part 2 mit Crow kommen. Packe ich das einfach mal dahinter. Ich dachte erst, ich muss die getrennt aufnehmen, aber nehmen wir die einfach mal zusammen auf, ne? Denk mal, der zeigt uns dann das Ende der Story. So. So. Bevor ich hier irgendwas falsch klicke aus Versehen.
さっさと蹴散らそう。
力ずくでやるわ。
Ich mag die Musik von Persona 5 einfach.
The high school girl and the Phantom Thieves escape the drowned space. When they emerge, they find a city tormented by a great storm, a tsunami that reaches up and up before blotting out the sky. It is the city of Atlantis meeting its destruction. So if we really are in a palace, it means this is how the ruler sees her reality. The female Phantom Thief solemnly conveys her analysis. Yet this city is as far from the calm depths of the aquarium as one could imagine. It is nothing short of total calamity. If this is how the friend perceives reality, it is no wonder she seeks to embrace death. Then, voices. The trio looks down and sees a great number of merfolk scattered on the ground throughout the city. They are calm, placid, almost as if welcoming the oncoming wave. The girl screams out, imploring them to seek shelter. But the merfolk turn to her with spite and resignation in their eyes. You can never know our pain. Not everyone can be like you. What good can come of living in such a world? The voices censure the girl while belittling themselves. If they must destroy the entire world to escape their pain, that is what they will do. Yet the girl continues to plead. She begs them to choose life. The phantom thieves join in her cries, but the merfolk ignore them all. Their screams reach only empty air. The girl cannot change their despair. She cannot fix their sadness. Yet her friends' withdrawal from life lies at the core of all their pain. Though they had been close, the girl never realized how much her friend was suffering. She had seen only a small part of her heart. She knew only a small number of the many masks she wore. We were so close. And yet, I had no idea. As sadness ripples across her features, the female phantom thief turns to her. I felt the same once, you know. I never tried to understand how my sister really felt. The woman places a hand on the grieving girl's shoulder, slowly lifting her back to her feet.
Jo. Die Makoto und ihre Schwester Sai.
We're fighting now?
戦闘開始だ。
I hope we can do this.
Something brilliant shines atop the highest tower in the waterlogged city. The high school girl and phantom thieves gaze up at it. The girl's eyes are empty. She has yet to recover. She was not there for her oldest and best friend. She failed her. How can such a person hope to save someone? How can such a person even try? The girl's oscillating emotions weigh on her, bringing her steps to a halt. She recalls what the phantom thieves told her, the way they could save her friend. They have to steal the pearl before the wave swallows the city. If they can change her mind, change her heart, her death will be prevented. And once she's saved, they may be able to escape this world. The thieves have made up their minds. But everyone involved must be on the same page if they hope to change a ruler's heart. One could say this is a virtue of the phantom thieves. And yet, the girl is unable to shake her hesitation. Is it okay to change someone's heart? Do I have such a right? Sensing her doubt, the male phantom thief turns to her. You should do what you think is right. The girl looks into his eyes and nods. don't want to lose her. Upon hearing her resolution, the phantom thieves begin their trek towards the tower. She watches them for a moment before following in their footsteps. There will be time to consider doubts and regrets once this is over. For now, she must focus on getting close to her friend's heart. I will save you. I promise. As the words leave the girl's mouth, she realizes her mind is made up. And the female phantom thief turns to look at her with something approaching relief.
拳がうなるわね。
I hope we can do this.
戦闘開始だ。
The high school girl and the phantom thieves make their way to the pinnacle of the tower, the highest point in the city. Whipping gales and flashing lightning impede their progress at every turn. The girl's friend screams, warning them to keep away. My only option is to die. Her pain is a divine voice that booms throughout the city. The phantom thieves fight back desperately, covering the girl as they go. But just as the great wave is about to swallow them, Arsène! An aberrant figure with black wings appears in response to the male phantom thief's voice. Its blue flames immolate fear. Its proud wings cut through despair. The female phantom thief informs the stunned girl. That's a persona. That's our power. As she watches the duo stand face to face with despair, a small seed of conviction takes root in the girl's heart. I will never give up. As that thought whips across her mind, she changes. Pure white wings burst forth from her back. Perhaps she dreams of becoming an angel. Or perhaps an angel dreams to become her. The wings are the girl's rebel soul. A rebellion against her friend's despair. She will acknowledge her weaknesses. Yet she will also choose to help her, now and in the future. The girl soars forward, and the phantom thieves leap after her. Your power is incredible. The girl's pure white wings propel her forward. Arsène's pitch black wings protect her. Feathers of opposite colors blanket the sky. Atop the city's highest tower, the friend continues to cradle her pearl. The girl has made up her mind. She will face her friend's anger, her despair, her sadness, her hatred, her defeat, her lament, and she will do so with the Phantom Thieves.
Ah, nicht schlecht. Die Musik und ich habe jetzt den Namen vom Mädchen vergessen, aber dass das Mädchen dann halt hier die Flügel bekommt, echt nicht schlecht. Haben sie gut gemacht. Und natürlich, ne, dass sie noch Arsen reingepackt haben. Arsen. Kommt mir vor, als ob das jetzt auch das Ende der Story sein wird, weil sie sind ja gleich beim bei der Freundin. Und werden dann wohl den Treasure bekommen, ne? Und dann ist halt der Plot zu Ende von diesem Crossover.
We're fighting now?
The battle against the ruler of this space ends in victory for the high school girl and Phantom Thieves. The girl's friend returns to her human form. The pearl slips from her hand and rolls across the floor. Through tears, she begins her confession. She was subject to terrible bullying. Every part of her had been torn to pieces. Her days were shrouded in a darkness seemingly without end. It was though she lived at the bottom of a deep and sunless sea. This world doesn't need me. No one would be sad if I were gone. Hidden away in the corners of the world were other young people suffering the same agony. She wanted society to be aware of their lives, painfully so. In her pain, she somehow managed to find the high school girl, the one who let her in, who saved her. But the girl was brilliant as the sun, and the friend was jealous. Her happiness was terrifying. The friend thought herself a burden. And so she pushed the other girl away. When the girl hears this, she says 5 words. "Thank you for telling me." She gives her friend a faint smile, which shocks her. She then continues. "The world may not need you, but I do. The world may not treasure you, but I do. Though you try to distance yourself, you remain precious to me. You may come to hate me, but I will never hate you. I know we haven't spent much time together lately, but the time we did have is the finest I have ever known." The girl speaks a desperate truth, one completely free of artifice. As the friend listens, tears begin to spill from her eyes. The female Phantom Thief smiles. It seems she was of some use after all. The male Phantom Thief nods and takes the pearl in hand. "This is ours now." The pearl shines brightly, illuminating the entirety of the waterlogged city. Its brilliance grows so bright, it is like this world's very own sun. The warm light chases away the blanketing thunderclouds, vaporizing the great wave that once threatened all. Pure white vapor gently envelops the city. The thieves do not understand why they have been brought to this palace-like place. But seeing the girl reunited with her friend brings them a sense of accomplishment. It is a satisfying feeling. The Phantom Thieves nod to one another. Their time in this place is at an end. The male Phantom Thief speaks then, his voice soft as he stares at the newly created sun. We don't need this anymore. The girl and her friend look at each other and say in unison, "We've found our light already." The group bursts out laughing. Leaving the man's hand, the sun rises into the sky. The light of hope fills the world. As the Phantom Thieves of hearts begin to vanish in that bright light, the girl turns to them. "My name is Hina. Hina Akagi. What are your names?" Their silhouettes grow hazy in the light. The girl squints, trying to hear the faint voices that emerge from it. Queen and Joker? Aliases, huh? I guess you are thieves after all. The fading silhouettes speak again. "Those are your real names? They're wonderful." As the beautiful resonance falls silent, the girl's world becomes a brilliant wall of white. She has returned to her own world, to Shibuya. The omnipresent television screens issue a heartening report. The Suicide Club has disbanded, its ringleader having turned herself in. Not a single person was harmed. The girl crosses the busy intersection. She has completely forgotten about her venture into the strange world and about meeting the Phantom Thieves. Yet, she has a faint recollection that someone helped her. And she remembers one piece of advice. You should do what you think is right. So long as she continues down the path she believes to be true, she will find light within the pain, no matter what. With confident steps, she forges ahead. A moment later, she vanishes into the surging crowd that is home to the everyday hopes and struggles of young people just like her.
So, das war das Persona 5 Royal Crossover mit NieR Reincarnation. Fand ich ganz gut. Vor allem die Benutzung der Persona 5 Musik, wo sie einmal in dem vorherigen Quest Arsen hatten. Und man halt quasi dann richtig so die Dynamik von der Musik bekommen hat. Und dann diese sorgenvolle Musik auch aus Persona 5 jetzt zum Finale war halt auch nicht schlecht. Gefiel mir sehr gut. So, und das dauert hier alles schon wieder viel länger, als ich erwartet habe. Ich dachte jetzt nicht, dass ich eine Stunde hier dran sitze. Ich wollte eigentlich noch was anderes zeigen, aber das kann ich das nächste Mal zeigen. Und zwar, ich gehe mal hier dafür drauf. Und zwar habe ich meinen dritten EX-Charakter fertig. Und zwar ist das EX Marie. Und ich würde sagen, wenn ich wieder ein bisschen Zeit habe, werde ich dafür mal die Charakterstory abspielen. Hier. Mehr habe ich eigentlich noch gar nicht für NieR Reincarnation. Aber ich denke mal, das wird schon dementsprechend reichen, ne? Ja, wenn ihr euch das angeschaut habt, danke fürs Zuschauen. Ich werde mich auf Discord und auf Twitter wieder melden, wenn ich mal wieder live sein sollte. Ansonsten findet ihr auch in der Info von Discord, beziehungsweise wenn ihr ab und zu mal auf den Twitch-Kanal geht, die Uploads wie der hier, wenn ich da mal zwischenzeitlich was mache. Aber ich denke mal, ich werde heute versuchen, die Sachen, die mir jetzt zu viel drauf sind, dass ich gar nichts mehr streamen konnte, fertig zu kriegen. Wenn nicht, dann im Laufe der Woche. Das heißt also, eventuell könnte es dann ab dem nächsten Wochenende oder die Woche darauf wieder einen Stream geben, hoffentlich. Ich meine, ich habe es ja gemerkt, dass das mit der Uni, ich habe halt bin ich zu lasch damit umgegangen, habe zu viel gezockt oder zu viel andere Dinge gemacht. Deswegen muss ich jetzt die Konsequenzen daraus ziehen und halt, abschalten quasi. Aber gut, dass ich das jetzt nicht wirklich beruflich hier mache. Dementsprechend danke ich für eure Geduld und wir sehen uns dann beim nächsten Upload oder den nächsten Stream. Wie gesagt, Discord, Twitter, ne? Einfach mal reinschauen und abwarten. Ciao!